Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Well, this is quite peculiar because it's Sonu Nigam and Shreya Goshal.
That's right.
And a lot of you guys, like if you look in the comment section of this, like it goes and it says, the era when Bollywood actually used to produce good songs. Now, even though I can't agree or disagree because we're still so new, I don't really have a fucking opinion yet.
I think everything we have seen so far,
It's
it's been
good.
amazing.
But apparently they're not like, 2021 stuff. I think we've only checked out a couple of songs from like 2022, 2021.
Right.
But this is Main Agar Kahoon, which I think it means if I was to tell you you're beautiful or something like that.
Okay.
Let's give it a watch. It has the Pika, which is quite good, and someone who we've never seen before, Shakru Khan. I also do want to say, feel free to check out FutureFridayStore.com because there's limited edition merchandise for Waleska's birthday month. So feel free to go to FutureFridayStore.com and get your merchandise, which is limited only until the end of March. But yes.
Ah, let's go. All right,
Harry Potter much?
I love the vignette. The vignette with like the what are they called? The lens flares.
Yeah.
That's really atmospheric. It's like you're inside the bubble. Oh,
Whoa.
girl. What year was this?
No idea.
You see, so you are.
What year is this?
It says 2019, but it
Fuck
doesn't
off.
really feel like 2019, does it?
I've
Gosh,
no
I
idea.
don't know. It
Go
really doesn't look. It doesn't feel like it's 2019 at all. Oh wow!
That's interesting. Do
Maybe
you in
it's-
India kiss to say hello?
To greet people.
To greet.
yeah.
Like, for example, in South America, you do that, you sort of kiss on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do it to men, though.
Yes, you do.
Oh, you fucking don't.
Men don't do it to men. That's right.
Yeah, men don't do it to
I
men.
had to think about that.
Men
one.
do it to girls and girls do it to men. But you don't do it to would you do it to your dad, I guess?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't do it like to your friends, like your male friends. So maybe you can do it, like for example, there's some Arabic countries where
You
you can do
are
it.
definitely saying that wrong.
What do you
You're
mean?
making it confusing. So if you are a guy, you don't do it to other guys. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the hell else did I say?
It's just I think you were talking in like a general note, and then that made it sound really confusing, like as if girls didn't do it.
Girls do it to other girls though as well.
Yes, that's true.
But guys don't do it to other guys. Why? Who the fuck knows? But go on.
Spread the love, people. Hug and love each other. You never know, right? Tell them that you love them
Go on,
now. Okay.
Is that tea?
Like, I'm sorry, but like, what type of like hot chocolate is that?
I think it's chai. I think it's tea.
Whoa, do you serve it in wine cups? I want.
Or maybe it's ponche de crema. Go on. Sorry.
Oh, it's a vintage.
Movie.
Oh.
Oh, we heard Arman Malik play this. No, yeah.
There's
With
definitely.
Jonita. With Jonita.
We have
Is it Jonita?
definitely heard this before, that's for sure. It feels so familiar.
But we heard the live version. That's what someone said as well.
In the Coke Studios.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
In
It
Coke
was
Studios.
Arman Malik with Jonita. It was the first time we discovered Arman and Jonita. They did a collab together. That's what
right.
it reminds
And
me.
he had a saxophone, that version.
He had a bunch of shit. He had like
Remember
all
that?
type. Yeah. Go on. But that's why I remember
That's why
this.
it's so familiar.
It's like a balls.
किसी ज़बान में वो लफ्ज़ ही नहीं कि जिनमें तुम हो क्या तुम्हें बता सकूं.
I think it's a 70s inspired, just based off of the visual aesthetic and the choices of outfits, like the bell button trousers and the high neck bedazzled jackets.
It could have definitely been sort of published in 2019, but it definitely was trying to allure to
The 70s.
the 70s vintage look.
Definitely, for sure. By the way, I think the now that you have seen the music video adhere to the musicality of the song itself, you understand why it's a waltz. You understand why it's a bit swingy, because it's like you're in this bubble, right? So like in a world of your own.
I also don't know whether this is the actual scene of the movie, because is this the lyric video?
I think the lyrics are displaying with the scene of the movie. I think that's what it is.
But I think this was specifically made for music consumption. This wasn't actually like that in the movie.
Ah, okay.
At least I don't
Fair
think so,
enough.
because that's what it says in the title, lyrical.
Okay.
You know,
मैं अगर कहूँ
it could have been. It looks like it, right?
I think it's the scene of the movie.
रात में नहीं है कहीं तारीफ ये भी तो सच है कुछ भी नहीं
Oh, that's beautiful.
Super
That's
dramatic.
Beautiful. I love the interaction between the two actors. It's really cool. It's really organic.
Cool.
तुमको पाया है तो जैसे खोया हूँ
Can't wait for Shreya to come in. Are they in a movie set?
I have no idea. You know what's fucking mesmerizing? That
What?
score.
It is gorgeous, isn't it?
Whoa.
The string section of the score is absolutely
It's
magical.
because so balls is so swingy. You don't really hear that often. Go on, go on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're like in a vintage movie set.
शोखियों में डूबी ये अदाएं चेहरे से झलकी हुई हैं जुल्फों की घनी घनी घटाएं
How the fuck did he pronounce that?
I have no
Ga-
idea.
Go left.
Sure?
जुल्फों की घनी घनी
No, no, no.
Honey.
घटाएं
So pause. He doesn't pronounce the G there.
No, I think he
Hatahin?
does. I think it's like a bit throaty.
जुल्फों की घनी घनी
Ga-
घटाएं
Gatahin.
Gahatayin.
I love that language.
really
It's so
cool,
cool. Yeah,
right?
go on.
शान से ढलकी हुई है
Oh, Jesus.
लहराता आंचल जैसे बादल बाहों में भरी है जैसे चांदनी
See, that's quite intriguing. You don't really see that in many classical pieces that are classical pieces. I mean, in the sense, in more Western sense, just sort of orchestral. With introduced minor percussion, like in that sense, with
And
the
it's
tabla.
so front, so forward.
Yeah, like that's definitely been like one of those aspects of the Indian music industry that have been so like
Mesmerizing.
shocking to me, because it proves my theory that it shouldn't. There was this drummer. He's actually a very successful drummer in his own right, and we were just discussing that, and he told me that we were just discussing our experiences and percussion wise, and I mentioned to him about as a minor percussionist, and oh yeah, very nice. And he said, it's quite interesting because like different parts of the world don't even call it minor percussion; they just call
That's
it
right.
percussion, right? It's just in South America you have major and you have minor. The major is usually just the drum kit,
Yes.
and then the minor is the timbales, bongas, congas, bongos. But he says that the more you travel, the more you realize that it doesn't become minor percussion; it just becomes the percussion.
That's right.
And then the drums just brings the heartbeat. But it doesn't have to become the drum kit usually for the studio sort of orchestral sessions. They don't really bring too many colors. That's why you need that percussion setting. And that to me was like, yeah, that's what I've always thought. But people don't really pay that much attention to the minor percussion. A lot of, or just percussion in general, to a lot in other industries. But it seems in the Indian music industry, because it's so intertwined with their culture and their past and their history, it only makes sense that all their pieces, even the most commercial pieces, has minor percussion present.
Especially even when they are fusions, like in this particular one, because it's a waltz, but it's actually been introduced up to this point as a very straightforward orchestra approach to the waltz, right? So it's kind of swingy. You have a big string arrangements, huge cinematic vintage feel to the whole take. It reminds me of Hollywood back in the 50s. But what is really cool is like the second verse comes in, and then you have that minor percussion, the tabla come front, is like the main focus of attention of the the instrumentalization of the track itself.
ये चांदनी मैं अगर कहूँ ये दिलकशी है नहीं कहीं मैं होगी कभी तारीफ ये भी तो सच है कुछ भी नहीं.
Fucking wonderful.
You know
That's
what?
so good.
I would love to play this in repeat just so I can try to sing along to it. I love the fact that it has lyrics.
That would be a doable, pronounceable song, I think.
I think because like
Pronunciation-wise.
because it's a waltz, right? So like the singing phrases are are rhythmical, but are a little bit more extended
Yeah,
than when
yeah.
you would see it in another rhythm, you know.
तुमको पाया है तो जैसे खोया
She's always had those huge eyes.
I think up to this point, it was the scene from the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
So just the lyrics had been displayed over it. So now it is a
Like a
separate
lyric, yeah, like a more
edit.
lyric video,
Yeah. Still images from the movie. How cool!
Nice.
Oh, what
Nice.
a transition! Come on!
तुम हुए मेहरबान तो है ये दास्तां.
Should I go shout?
I love how she sings with her eyebrows. I know that she's acting, but she actually makes you believe like she's singing.
Could
'Cause
she
her
sing?
eyebrows are so, what is it?
Expressive.
Expressive. That's the
Well,
word,
she also
yeah.
has such huge eyes, right? Like, and she knows that that is a huge communicator of emotion, as you would sing. And essentially, they are singing because it is the maximal expression of whatever the fuck they're feeling in the moment. Right?
It is right. So, and I also think she's an amazing actress, so she would understand
Micro
how to
expressions can lead to
communicate
so
these
much.
things, right? But it's really cool because at the beginning when I first got introduced into Bollywood thanks to you guys, I was convinced the actors were the ones singing.
Here's a question: what actors can actually sing really well? Is there any?
I'm pretty sure there must be.
There was that guy from that movie that we checked out in Bollywood. Bollywood
Señorita, the
special.
señorita guys.
No, the guys. Maybe they can. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was the guy that the movie was. It was like the Lost in Our Stars, but the Bollywood version.
Lost in Our Stars.
The movie where the guy from the Adam Levine, whatever his name is.
Oh, Begin Again.
I think it's like the beginning again of Bollywood, where it's a movie about a singer, and then there's this girl who's also. Do you remember that?
I remember, but I think you're talking about Rockstar.
No. It wasn't Rockstar. It's a love movie and a really lovey-dovey one.
Oh, I don't remember now.
Yeah, he could sing apparently, and even when you did a review of the video, you were like,
I actually think he can sing.
he's fucking singing.
Yeah. I remember that. Yes.
There's
No,
this
I
girl,
know.
and he's a G major sharp. To
Oh,
begin with.
yes.
You remember the beginning?
Oh, Ashiki.
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 Is it
Ashiki too.
Ashiki too.
That's
yeah.
the one.
I think
yes.
it might be that. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Go on.
Yes, I think you might be right. And it was like a B flat major or something like that.
तुम हुए मेहरबान तो है ये दास्तां.
I think she's really tall. She must be very tall.
Well, she used to be like a Miss thing, right?
Right, she must be tall. That explains it. Because they're like face to each other. That's
Well, she's
really
quite.
cool.
She's also elongated. She's got such. Well, she's
Long
got
limbs.
good proportions. Yeah.
Yes.
For limbs. Right.
अब तुम्हारा मेरा
She's wearing heels.
है
Ah, true.
तुम जहाँ मैं वहाँ.
Oh, this is the first time I actually get to see a kiss-like scene from Bollywood.
Right. So here's the explanation that you guys provided. Thanks for your lovely comments.
Yes.
You were saying that that kissing is like they do have movies where they kiss. However, in a lot of the time for these much more poetic movies, they like to
And mainstream, yeah.
mainstream. Yeah, they like to exemplify love much more in a spiritual and emotional connection rather than a merely physical. That's actually quite an interesting scene here because that's what you get to see a lot of. It seems, right? At least from a couple of movies that we've watched. But this, however, the kiss of the neck, right, rather than the kiss on the lips, that to a certain extent, it's like 10 times more powerful.
Is that a bit more intimate? Yes, I would think
And
so.
it sells the idea that they're already well beyond the first kiss. They're already
That's
well
right.
because you wouldn't
It's
kiss someone in the
established.
neck if you've never kissed them on the lips.
It is because it's a very established relationship. That's the type of sense that you get from a scene like this.
Definitely,
But
yeah.
it's so tastefully done that if you weren't really paying attention to the details, like for example this scene in particular, you would have completely missed out on the detail that you hadn't seen them kiss up to this point, right?
Again,
so you just kind of assumed they were the love interest, but you never really saw any romantic relationship up to this part.
Well, I mean, also in terms of the connection with the musical, with the musical connection, because it is a boss, right? This is probably one of the most consistent pieces we've had.
Yes.
Check that in the channel in a good while, which does make it a bit easier to break down. These are some of the hardest breakdowns that we've done ever. Hence why they're so kind of deep. And also, it's probably the industry which has taught us so much in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking abruptly different.
And you guys are so open to share so much information about it, but that it helps, it aids our process in the discovery and learning of it so much.
So given the fact that it is a boss and we can kind of just settle down on the genre of things.
1, 2, 3, chunka chung chung
Exactly. Dun, dun, dun.
chung
Dun,
dun
dun.
dun.
Right, very easy, easy to follow, hard to perform, but easy to follow. To an extent, once you catch the rhythm of it in an orchestral setting, if you do play at that level, you'll be more than fun.
Oh,
Cake.
yes.
If you're not at that level, good luck. But once you have that sort of, obviously, that consistency, it allows you then for the piece to create different branches of details visually.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why I feel this review has led us more towards the visual
Yes.
rather than the auditory.
Because
But
it has been very consistent.
it's been settled.
That's
It
right.
has a foundation.
But there's nothing more romantic than a waltz. And I think if you wanted to, conglomerate the idea of love in a scene, definitely add a waltz to it. You know what I mean?
Evolves with a vintage 70s fucking set.
I know. And that's it. That's love.
मेहरबान तो है ये दास्तां
See?
Yes.
It pronounces every letter. Da setan.
तुम्हारा मेरा एक है कारवां तुम जहाँ मैं वहाँ
मैं अगर कहूँ हम सफर मेरी
I tell you, I'm loving the set. The vintage feel to this is
It's
just
awesome, yeah.
the cinema wonderland, you
I
know?
do understand why people think this is one of the best.
Yeah.
अप्सरा हो तुम या कोई परी
It was like John Travolta,
Also-
don't it?
Oh, but it is like 50s inspired. You know that that scene from that 50s movie when she's like dancing with I'll show you later. I'll show you what it
I
is.
don't know much 50s sort of culture.
Yeah.
तारीफ ये भी तो
Yeah, where they dance with the handkerchief thing. Yeah.
तुमको पाया है तो जैसे खोया हूँ कहना चाहूँ भी तो तुमसे क्या कहूँ किसी ज़बान में भी
Also, intriguingly, with Bose, it does generate this idea of curiosity. Of wonder?
No, I think it's the chord progression. It's not the rhythm.
It does, though.
It's not the rhythm. It's more the chord progression. Because you could have the most dreamy chord progression with this, which they do with when the string sections come in. It's very romanticized. But in the verse, the way that the verse has been structurized, vocally speaking, is it actually leaves you like in a cliffhanger at the end of every phrase, gives you the sense of questioning, gives you the sense of, oh, I wonder what's next. So I think that's where the curiosity aspect comes from, not so much the rhythm itself. Now listen to it. Listen to it.
ही नहीं कि जिनमें तुम हो क्या तुम्हें बता सकूं
You see, it always finish up.
मैं अगर कहूँ तुम साहसी
You see, it always has that.
नहीं है
Oh, we go back.
So you see, it goes up at the end of the phrase often.
Right.
So it gives you in English or in Spanish inflection. If we go up at the end of the phrase, it normally means we're questioning
Yeah,
something.
it's not resolute. Yeah.
That's right. So there's like a cliffhanger effect to it.
तारीफ ये भी तो सच है कुछ भी नहीं
Right?
Yeah, because he was so like there.
Yeah.
See, that string section, that progression there, that's the dreamland that you're talking about, which leads me to believe that in this movie, this is all in his head. This never happened.
Maybe not the way that...
Oh?
Maybe not in the way that we thought it did. Pull it back again. I want to listen to that ending. The...
There's like a mandolin. Wonderful.
Yeah,
I mean, wow.
Yeah, maybe not in the way... Yeah, maybe it's all in their head, like in the sense of...
They created this world together.
Together, yeah. I think the point I was trying to make with the voice is the fact that given its high percussiveness nature and its predictable rhythm, right? You can undertake many journeys under that specific foundation because you know where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
So it's as if because you know how to walk. Because you know the park, you're willing to take different courses.
Right, I see what you mean, yes.
You know, so you might be willing to take different... Your curiosity will be sparked based on knowledge.
I see that. I totally understand.
You know what I mean?
What
So
you mean now.
I
Yes.
think that's this kind of sense of wonder that I got from the song. Let's review the lyrics, the translations. You guys do say that, you know, a lot of the time they don't do it justice. But I guess it's better than nothing.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure there's people from all over the world watching, so I guess it's better than anything
It would
else.
help to give some context
Yeah.
regardless. Yeah.
So it goes, I feel lost since I found you. Even if I want to say something, then what should I say to you? I feel lost since I found you. Even if I want to say something, then what should I say to you? There's no language in which there are those words in which you're there so that I can tell you. If I say that no one is more beautiful than you in this universe, I would appreciate some commas. Then even this praise is nothing but the truth. I feel lost since I've found you. Your grace drowned in your playfulness. That's a nice sentence. Juxtaposed, but very nice. It's showing on your face. The thick strands of your hair are resting on your face with pride. The flowing scarf is like a cloud. It's like moonlight in your arms.
Oh, that's
the
gorgeous.
beauty of moonlight.
Absolutely stunning.
If I say that this feeling of attraction is not and will not be there anywhere, then even this praise is nothing but the truth. What the fuck? If I say that this feeling of attraction is not and will not be there anywhere, then even this praise is nothing but the truth. I feel lost since I found you. It's actually quite interesting because, I mean, again, some stuff probably got lost in translation, in the literal translation of things. But that is quite a preposterous statement.
Oh, yes.
It's like it doesn't even make any sense, but it
But
does.
yeah,
but
but
it just exemplify the fact that he's lost.
And not only that, but it also it's kind of a bit like a nihilistic like approach to it. Even if the thing that binds us together disappears and there's not there anymore,
Right.
the statement that I'm giving you right now will still stand. The fact that I find you the most beautiful thing in this
Yeah,
universe.
maybe not nihilistic, but yes, certainly decisive.
Yes, maybe no.
Because it's not pessimistic, right?
Well, he kind of is though, right? Because just he's saying like even when that runs out.
Well, even if that runs out.
Yeah,
Yeah, not when.
that's true.
That would
Okay,
be pessimistic. But...
good point.
Yeah.
So it is if. Okay.
So it
fair
goes,
enough.
you've been generous, hence that's why there is a story. You've been generous, hence that's why there is this story. Now you and I have a caravan going. Wherever you go, I'll be there.
Oh, that's nice.
If I say you're my soulmate, are you an angel or a fairy? Then even this praise is nothing but the truth. I feel lost since I found you. Even when I say something, then what should I say to you? Yeah, it's, you're so in love that you don't know how the fuck you're gonna even. How can
And-
you express that to her?
And sometimes you haven't even acknowledged that you're in love, right? Because I think that's what he kind of feels like.
oh,
in the song.
he's heel over fucking everything.
Yeah, but when you're like deep down you know you're in love, but you haven't actually gotten around the brain part yet. Where you're like, okay, now I'm acknowledging the fact that I'm in love with this person. I think that's the reason why he feels so lost.
Right.
Because there hasn't been a translation between a little bit of like a miscommunication from the heart to the head.
I think it's also maybe he's concluded that without her, he is nothing because of this feeling of love.
That's right.
So he's finally figured it out. But he's like, I've been living all my life without it and without her. So now that I found you, I'm more lost than ever.
That's true. That's right. What an interesting take of like lyricism with such beautiful visuals. Obviously, the musicalization behind it really aids the process of this dreamlike atmosphere. It all feels a little bit too surreal, too rose-colored glass lens type thing, and I really love the romanticism behind it. It's absolutely fantastic. Then again, let us know what you think, and if you have any of the answers to the questions that we just asked, leave them down on the comment section below. And don't forget to check out the Feature Friday merch for my birthday edition merchandise. Okay, goodbye.